Lately, I've been feeling I have been unable to decompress. And I'm not sure if that's a symptom of being, overworked, of saying yes to everything, of burnout. It doesn't feel like that. I mean, I think about the things that I've been doing over the last while, which has been some of the most exciting things that I have done in my life. And getting into filmmaking, creating videos for you here on this channel has brought me a kind of fulfillment and a kind of joy that I hadn't experienced in quite a long time. So the process of creating these little films, of creating content, of sharing my experiences with all of you has been amazing and energizing. But I think there's an aspect of this that I hadn't quite experienced in as much intensity as I am currently right now. Part of the work that I've been doing on this channel, part of the work that I've been doing in my filmmaking is directly linked to the kind of professional work that I do. Not that this isn't professional, I guess, but in the work that gets me paid. A lot of that work is direct advocacy for trans and queer persons. And so part of that is that it is a responsibility. We are trying to make the world, our country, our environments a better space for queer and trans people to exist in. And that's really hard. So you're talking about doing things on multiple levels, talking around access to healthcare. What does education reform look like? What does legal reform look like? And so part of that advocacy work is being directly involved with that on a grassroots level, but then also on a kind of executive level, engaging with government. So the responsibility is huge. I mean, honestly, I've been trying to rack my brain around how do I make this video without sounding completely arrogant and narcissistic. Because centering myself in a narrative that kind of speaks to a community of people is weird and sometimes problematic. I think doing this work gives me so much joy, gives me so much energy, but the weight of the responsibility that comes with being this hyper visible is difficult. I mean, without attempting to sound arrogant or patronizing in any way, I don't think many people understand the weight that comes with carrying that responsibility of a community or a group of people who look to you for visibility and for a kind of strength. It's this terrible privilege. I mean, I guess it's only really hitting me now that the advocacy part of my professional working life and the visibility of my kind of social performative persona, here on YouTube, on my social media, this content that I've been generating have now almost become the same thing, and who I am is now completely wrapped up in being that person, being that hyper visible. And that becomes so difficult. I mean, like, honestly, every day there are people either emailing me or in my DMs, like asking for advice about something or wanting more information about something or asking my experience about something. And I mean, I guess speaks to, you know, the lack of specifically trans representation in highly visible spaces, right? And so dealing with that and helping people, it has been like the greatest joy. Like, honestly, like, I wish there was someone like that when I was kind of, you know, coming out and trying to figure things out. But that responsibility of actually being that person and being that person to other people is now starting to manifest itself, and it is a lot. And sometimes it gets too much. Sometimes the weight of it sneaks up on you when you least expect it, in the most inappropriate moments. And sometimes it is too much. I mean, if this is like a feeling that you relate to, let me say this to you, what was kind of once said to me, and I have to keep reminding myself of that it is okay to have the feelings, and it is okay to not show up all the time. And the world isn't going to crumble, you know, if you are not physically there to hold up the walls. So it's okay to be soft and to be vulnerable. And you'll be okay. And so will everyone else. I mean, the timing of this is quite brilliant. Michaela Cole, in the acceptance speech for the Emmy, said something that really, like, struck me in my bones. In a world that entices us to browse through the lives of others to help us better determine how we feel about ourselves, and to, in turn, feel the need to be constantly visible. For visibility these days somehow equates to success. Do not be afraid to disappear from it, from us, for a while, and see what comes to you in the silence. See you in the next one. Ciao.